class. But if you need any more clarification or have any more questions, let me know. So first of all, it's really hard to go from a situation like in high school where you have all of these things planned out for you and you know where you need to be and you know what you need to do. In college, it's a lot more open world, and you have to do these things for yourself. So one thing that is massively beneficial is trying to set yourself a routine. It's kind of like keeping yourself and holding yourself accountable for getting the work that you have to do done, and also taking care of yourself, or maybe you're working, or maybe you've got some extracurriculars. So organizing all of that to make sure that you don't lose your mind and you get everything done that you need to get done. So Google Calendar is how I personally hold myself accountable for a routine. I'm going to show you how to set up a class. So if you don't use Google Calendar, I highly recommend it. At the very beginning of your semester, you should put all of your classes in. So you can do a reoccurring thing. Let's say that I have a class on Mondays and Fridays, and it's English. So what I did was just click the time. So I wanted it done at like 1 o'clock. English is at 1 o'clock. So I just do English. I name that event. And you can make this reoccurring. Not that. Ignore that. So you can click on more options. And what you want to do is have it be repeating weekly on Monday and Friday. So you can choose to do that by hitting custom. And then you click on the days of the week. So Monday and Friday, repeat every week. And you can say ends on, and then you would put, December, let's say 13th. So at the beginning of the semester, this is a good thing to add a description for your class, like maybe like a weird set of instructions how to get there if you forget where the classroom is at the beginning. But that's how you set up a recurring event. You can change the color of it, which is really fun. Color code all your classes, and you can hit save, and now you can see that it reoccurs every week. So that's how you do a reoccurring class. But let's say that there's something due in this class. Well, that's where like tasks come in handy. So you can click on task and type in, let's see, your hardware dev assignment for media and technology is due in English for some reason. Then you can put this. And so when you click on that task, you can mark it completed when it's done, and it crosses it out for you. So what I recommend is choosing the same day every week to set aside 1 hour or however long it takes to look at 2 weeks ahead. So focus on the current week, like if you're doing it on Sundays, focus on Monday through the next Sunday for your regular assignments and things that won't take so long. And then for larger assignments, like larger projects or tests, look 2 weeks ahead so that you can be working on things ahead of time and not be crammed for time because you didn't realize that there was a big project due the next week because you weren't looking far enough ahead. One thing that I like to do is, so let's say we got this, and if you delete event, you can right click, delete, and you can say this in all following events. So here's your skeleton, but the way that I organize my day is I'll wake up in the morning and know what I need to get done and plan out my whole day in here so I can see what I need to do. So if I just do it by class, like let's say I know that I need to study for English and I'm going to work on that from 9 to noon. And then I'm going to give myself an hour-long break, and then I'm going to come back and I'm going to work on media and technology. So it's not just the class times, but like the time that you're allotting to work on things. And you can see I can just drag this down. Boop, boop, boop. All right, so that's like a hefty day. I'm working from 9 to 5. There's a little lunch in between. But these are pretty vague. So if for English, if you know that you need to work on a particular essay number 3, and you try to guess how long it's going to take you so that you can put enough tasks in here. So let's see, essay number 3, I'm going to make another task. This one's going to be, I don't know. What else do you do in English? Edit. So here's another thing you can do too. You can say like outline essay number 3, and then further along you want to make sure you're also starting your first draft. And then as you finish them, you'd be marking them off. And then so for media and technology, let's say you want to work on your code. And then maybe down here you want to work on documentation. So like in the morning, you're doing all of this, and as you go through your day, you know what you're supposed to be doing, and you're crossing these off as you complete them. I also like to schedule any sort of like outside activities so that I know what I need to block off for like me time. So for example, like I play 2 days a week in Dungeons and Dragons, so I have this blocked off. I'm trying to think of what else I like to do. I would just reiterate that like get your classes in order, and any sort of big events and big things due, like set out for the week and the week after, and then go in the mornings day to day and lay stuff like this out. But like I said, you can color code it if it makes it easier for you. Let's say English is yellow and media and technology is like minty. You can change all of those colors to kind of help you color code your life a little bit, which I do all of the time. Make sure you're also scheduling in the time that it takes you to get food, because sometimes that takes longer than you think, or the time, like making sure that you get enough sleep, and you give yourself some leniency. Always like overestimate the amount of time it's going to take to do something rather than underestimate. And then I guess my last tip is like when you are spending time like planning out your day or planning out the next couple weeks, make sure you're putting yourself in a space that is very calming to you. So whether that's a certain spot in the library when nobody's there, maybe like later at night, or if it's your dorm room, or maybe you found a coffee shop somewhere that's like bikeable distance from campus downtown. Just to make it more enjoyable for yourself. And okay, final piece of advice. The thing that I learned about myself is that I work best with little sprints. So let's ignore, oopsies. Let's just pretend we're on Sunday. So I work best in little sprints. So I actually calculate this in my planning of the day. So I know that my brain works best for like 45 minutes straight, and I put all my stuff away, my phone, nothing, no extra like distractions, and I force myself to do this. And I work in 45-minute sprints, so I literally will plan like, let's say like outline the essay like we did before, and I'll be like, okay, this is 45 minutes here, and then I'll stop, and I'll give myself that 15 minutes, and I reward myself. So whether that's like taking a little phone nap, like mindless doom scrolling, or whether that's like going outside and taking a deep breath, or getting yourself a cup of coffee, or like playing video games for 15 minutes, whatever it is, like reward yourself for doing that, and then set a timer, and then come back to it when you've scheduled yourself to come back. Cool. So in summary, make sure all your classes are in your Google Calendar. Make sure you're also putting your any sort of extracurriculars in your calendar. I put my therapy in my calendar. Make sure that you are looking ahead 2 weeks for any large projects and note them in your calendar. Maybe make them a brighter color so you see them there. Make sure you're checking the week ahead, not just the week of. Think about how you work best, like work with your therapist to find out how you work best, whether that be like going with short sprints and rewarding yourself like I do, or however that works best for you. That's just a trial and error thing, but have that be reflected in whatever calendar that you're, organizing yourself in, and set timers for yourself. So, take little breaks, but make sure that when you decided that you're going to come back to it, you're coming back to it, and you're putting away your distractions. If you need any more tips or tricks, let me know, but that's what I have for you so far. Okay, bye.